the head of the department that is responsible for the collection of the very intelligence that the Director General would need. You can't compartmentalize you out.
I agree, but there are instances when certain operations do take place and I'm not aware of.
Mambala wala tonya bari tumodo do kolu dolu kasotole melno kake men yalon ko ndefang bukani bolu karama.
That is obvious. That is obvious. But for operations carried out by your department, by your elements, you obviously would be aware of.
Very correct.
Exactly. And everything that was internal security was under you. So all internal security operations would fall on your lap.
Correct, sir.
Exactly. And it therefore means an internal security covered every intelligence matter within this country, isn't it?
That's correct, sir.
Therefore, it was right when I said that as Director of Internal Security and Operations, you are in fact the repository of the secrets that were going on or that happened in this country.
That's
correct.
Thank you very much, Mr. Baraba. So during this time, you are a member of a panel, a task force rather, that was set up to assist a fact-finding mission.
Very correct, sir.
Could you tell us about the work of that task force? The members in the first place, who are the members?
It was one fateful day. My very self and Aziz Hydra were summoned to report to the Ministry of Interior. By the Director General at the time,
Director General
Mr. Lamin Bobaji.
Mr. Lamin Bobaji.
Then the ministry was housed where the current immigration headquarters is.
Minister Bunda be dinkiramento immigration la office be dinkirale toto sai be yin jamano mento tay.
When we arrived at the ministry,
Minister Bunda nyina.
We were ushered into the office of the then minister.
Yen samba yen dundi minister la office ko no gotumo membe minister yala.
Mr. Usman Sonko.
Ka fole gotumo Usman Sonko.
Present was the then Inspector General of Police at the time.
Tembo memu police on fana la kunton ko Inspector General o fana bije
Esa Baji.
Ka fay Esa Baji.
And I found some other security members from various outfits.
Alum na kanto ni tankada bunda la dokula dol fana lutaraje lelu bota bunda ko tangolula.
Let's get the name of all those in attendance.
My very self shall we start with the minister, please?
Yeah.
Minister Usman Sonko.
In what order? In whatever order you choose.
Na kuna follow minister.
Honorable Minister.
Honorable Minister Usman Sonko.
Yes.
The Director General then NIA Lamin Bobaji.
Director General Memata NIA Lamutumo Lamin Bobaji afanambe obemoto.
Inspector General of Police Esa Baji at the time.
Otembo Esa Baji lom Inspector General de Police la kuntonko afanambe bemoto.
My humble self Ebrima Drammeh.
Nindefo kundimo Ebrima Drammeh mfanamma beta obemoto le.
Then CMC of the Gambia Police Force.
Otumo memu CMC ti Gambia Police Bundala.
Currently Minister Interior.
Sai wala Minister ti memmarta banko kan kunyala.
Mr. Yankuba Sonko.
Kafaya Mr. Yankuba Sonko.
You have Mr. Malamin Sise.
Memfana mabeta je kafaya Mr. Malamin Sise.
The late Numo Kujabi.
Kala Numo Kujabi.
The late Mfali Jabang.
Kala Mfali Jabang.
Mr. Aziz Hydra of the NIA.
Mr. Aziz Hydra, NIA Dokula.
Fali Jabang was Army, correct?
Yes, from the Presidential Guard, Military Intelligence.
Mfali Jabang tebe sojaro la Carola, Presidential Guards la Military
State
Intelligence.
Guard rather.
State Guards la Carola. Miyamo Military Intelligence, wala sojaro la kullo kisikisi bunda.
Okay. Malamin Sise, Police.
Gambia Police Force.
Malamin Sise wala bota Gambia Police Force.
Of course, Yankuba Sonko, GPF.
Yankuba Sonko fana
Ebrima Drammeh, NIA.
Ate Ebrima Jim
All right, proceed.
Sai kwetente.
Numo Kujabi.
Police
At the time.
Numo Kujabi wotembo be police.
There was this member that was part of the task force. I cannot remember right now as to whether she was in that meeting, but she was a member of the task force.
Between hakilole malondino fo amabeta wobbe tole bang fama mabe bari atafanamu moleti men tombo ka dundi no kafo kono yentel men sasi.
What's the name of the person?
Currently Justice Hawajalo.
Kafole Nintendo Justice Hawajalo.
You mean Hawaba?
Hawaba rather, sorry.
Hawaba, Justice Hawaba.
But it is prudent to note that Justice Hawaba did not attend any of the meetings that we conducted.
Justice Hawaba amama be hani ben kilinton teleo bengulu mengbeke wotembo.
The meetings were surreptitiously held.
Bengulu nyelu ye Kenya mi ye ke bulandi nyono ma bari ye ke kuleti me yalonko bukadulu bonda kala menu datije.
Why did you use that word, surreptitious?
Council, I came here for a purpose.
Yes.
And I've just taught the Quran and I swear to speak the truth. And I know that I am going to be judged in the hereafter. I am not here to please anyone, I'm just here to speak the truth between me and Allah. No meetings, none of our meetings were held during any official times.
Proceed.
When that task force was being constituted, it was decided there, let it be housed at the NIA headquarters. Myself and my Director General at the time, we raised concern. Hence, all the information with regards this particular issue is with the Gambia Police Force at the time. So it's better we let it be housed at the Gambia Police Force headquarters. After some pull and push, we finally agreed that it should be held at the police headquarters. We have never had any meeting during official working time. That I am aware of.
Why do you think that was the case?
Because of the secrecy and the concerns that surround that particular issue.
Katu kuo wobengo wodo ko me yentelisasiala kullo membe dendingala anin do ko nyinna ko be taka nyamin wodaliro le ya sabu na kewnya.
And our mandate, as per the instruction of the Honorable Minister at the time, was not to investigate. We were not chosen in order to investigate, because there had been some preliminary or initial investigation conducted. By other task force that were constituted earlier on. Notwithstanding, our mission was there will be a UN ECOWAS fact-finding mission. Kafubina la jang meni alon ko dolbe bula ECOWAS dolbe bula UN ibina la kisikisiro la jang kana to nyani wala. That fact-finding mission will visit the Gambia. Wotonya nyini na kafolu bina Gambia kumpabola. And they must have a focal point, or focal persons that they will deal with. Aldo enyanta molu soto na menu bekala nyatili nya moluti itel nimmenu nyanta duko. It was as a result of that that we will be that front line that will be dealing with that UN ECOWAS mission if whenever they arrive into the country.
But that is basic work, isn't it? That is just basic. That's normal, isn't it?
Yes.
Why was it necessary for there to be any secrecy?
For me, I don't know, but again, I think they did not want the entire general public to know and then probably giving out information that wasn't necessary. Maybe.
Ntela miroto. Na mirako umukule timeya lonko imalafi puru jamaa mboli na nyinko kala mutakuwa membera ulibina menna jang puru nenga akibaro janjanta jamaa mboli kono isaje kumamesha ulusi ulikarani nkarala nalo ibe balanding wala wala na iko ngake kuloti.
This was to investigate the killing or the mysterious death of at least 8 West African migrants.
That's very correct, sir.
And when this event happened, the government promised to make some thorough investigations into the issue, correct?
This is what I saw on papers and other media outlets.
I mean, with that, the government should be interested to receive information from the public or from anywhere that would help the investigation. Correct?
Most probably, sir.
And if an international outfit is to come to the country to investigate the issue, the government should be interested, if it wants to be transparent, in providing all the information that is available, and also not to block the public from providing any additional information that may be helpful. Council, I agree with you, but again, I would like us to look into what we were personally told.
Council, usontela kumola. Bari mbele fila fanang. Nga koju be kuokono, me ya lon ko ye nteli ya mari wole nyala kunyanta akela nyami.
We would come to that. In fact, if the government was interested in getting real evidence, it would make a call to the public for anyone with information to come forward and help and provide that information to assist the investigations, wouldn't it?
Masakunda nyinga dra esula numpuka kibaro soda akuonyindo debe kumandro kila jamaa endenu kabunda ela mole ninga dra momo kibaro soda akuonyindo isina na findi na yadi mansala fond.
As the first step for every investigation, that is correct, sir.
Kisikisiri wale nyantakela asimfa foloti kwa yafunya mimi itonyala.
But on this particular occasion, it looked like things were done surreptitiously, like you suggested. They were trying to hide the fact of these investigations or the work of this group. Isn't it? I don't know about the first investigations or what happened. No, I'm talking about your own task. Our own. There were areas that actually will impinge into the fact-finding mission getting to meet public. Member of the public.
Until sasiro kono. Kodo lubije ninga ulutamandi woto na kisikisiro bina futala jamaa molu male. Purunyen kamala ninjama moli nyomo ikakulu tamandi me yalon ko fanambetar la kisikisiro nyinko konale.
You were tasked on paper, correct?
Yeah, sasle kaito.
You were given your terms of reference on paper.
Yeah, cool. Besa fa la do ko nyinta mandirinya la bekela nyame ya besa fa le kaito balala fon.
Wasn't that the case? We had an oral briefing and there were no paperwork.
Tell
us truthfully what you were told was your mandate. The mandate given to us that the fact-finding team will pose questions to the Gambia government. And our task force is being tasked to give answers to those questions posed. And our answers has to be in collaboration with what government, with the government institutions, the relevant institutions. And they would be visiting places, and we will be taking them to those places. And they will request to interview some people, and we should ensure we make available those people. This was the instruction given to us. But we were never told that we will investigate anything, no. We were serving as an arbiter, sort of. A go between that team and the Gambia government. Were you to be honest brokers or some partisan players? Council, before I answer that, can I give you a very short story? Wars are fought. Soldiers go to war between countries and country, But I'm sure all these soldiers are told that it is right that we go and fight this war.
But
instinctively, we know one party is at right and other party is at wrong.
But in the sondo mola miro jube, ite kalo ne karado de tonya be le bulu bari nyen karado tonya.
And those soldiers fighting the war things, they are fighting a right war.
But if soldier on menu kata okelo la ite karaflo be.
So to cut that story short,
tonya kang purka kumo suti yandi.
For us, it was country force. That's what we were seeing at the time. And we are told of only 8 Ghanaians whose bodies were found at Ghana town. And that is what this entire mission was centered about. Mr. Witness,
sir,
your narration, the briefing and instructions you received.
Yes,
let me change this. How long did your meeting last? Well, it's less than an hour. 55 minutes, 45 minutes. So I don't want to lie to you, but I know it was less than 1 hour. And can I be frank with you? I want you to be your frankest. I have never been scared or afraid until that day. Why? In my capacity then as Director of Internal Security and Operation, I have come across so many information with regards to this issue. And I now found myself looking at that issue now. So now you see the reason why I asked those questions at the outset. You had the information that not 8 Ghanaians were killed. A lot of West African migrants were killed. True or false? No, I did not know up to that time that 51 Ghanaian or foreign nationals were killed. I would justify that. The question is not whether 51 were killed. The question is that at the time you knew that more than 8 were killed. No, that time I didn't know. Okay. But you knew that at least some 50-something West Africans came into the country. Very correct. And you knew, apart from the 8 that were confirmed killed, the rest have not been accounted for. Very true. And you also knew that the government was jittery about any questions pertaining to the rest of the group. Council sincerely, I do not want to talk for government. I don't want to talk for government on that issue. Why? This incident in question, the time it was happening, I was not in town. But it doesn't really matter where you are. The important thing here, Mr. Witness, is by the time you were made a member of this task force, you knew that something much bigger
Very true indeed, Council.
was presented on the table.
Rumors were rife, Council. Let me help you. Rumors were very rife. You see, but Council Kayanko Hani, Ibijangiti Jango Tembo, Mankumaya Bari, Ibota Kuklin Kalamako, Nimukuleti Meya Lonko Teleka Yiko Memfo, Atambita Walale. Sedo Kai Habari Butum, Mbatume Makoi.
He said rumors were rife.
Very rife.
What were the rumors?
The rumors was that those people that have disappeared and the government has hands in it.
And disappeared equals killed.
Most likely. The training that
disappeared equaled killed. It's not disappeared most likely equals killed. No.
Most likely.
No. No.
Equally.
Yes. It equaled killed.
If that suits you, I agree.
And the thing is, the NIA had its ears on those rumors. Isn't that the case?
Of course.
And you would have done your credibility analysis to assess the reliability of that information. Correct?
Counsel, let me help you. There is a topic in the intelligence tradecraft called rumors. Any times rumors arrived, there is at least 60 to 70% truth in those rumors. When other efforts are employed, that is when you come to authenticate that rumors. But this rumor at the time was touching on the person you have to report to. So, I don't know where you sent those kind of reports.
But at least you came to realize that this issue pertains to the person that you are supposed to report.
Can you repeat that question again, please?
Could you repeat your earlier answer?
Haven't got that kind of information or rumors. Up till that, it is not yet intelligence. Personally, I will not report that to those concerned.
No. Your earlier answer was, well, you have this information and it relates to the person to whom you are supposed to report.
That's the recipient.
Yes, so you would not report to the person about.
Even if I'm sick, I will not do so, sir.
Exactly.
Very true, sir.
And hence the point that I raised, all right? And the fact of the matter is, at that point, you knew fully that, well, these rife rumors had some element of truth in them. And that truth is the person you're supposed to report to is actually involved in the disappearance of these people.
Very correct. Very correct.
So, at the point you are sitting at this task force, were you told to genuinely help these investigators? Or were you told to create a smoke screen aimed at misleading or misdirecting the investigators. And tell us honestly.
Fodu nyine fali bang purali fere city me ya lonko wo bekala danko doron quality puru nyin kisikisir lanu alsi filindino nyami satara aliye ko ke danko doron puru itel lako kama itel nyasa je ko sa mera ko albedo ko wala na tamen
Council, and during the course of that meeting, we were not told anything of such. But there was this briefing we had at the NIA headquarters at one fateful day. When certain question arrived that was posed by this fact-finding mission. With regard to a gentleman dressed in a very funny way, and what was that was alleged to be at the terminal holding a machete. Andu ya foko fongo tata le hanfo kulungul la sembe dulato adu tumo muruba babu kono dol ka fa e fango wearing a very big trouser which we call in our local chaya ko utumo ay daba kurti bale dum membe dundingala and juju ties all over the body and don ko membe dundingala wo fanan safewul ni fengul bebe karari ngabala, which was a real depiction of that the Jola regalia of dancing, what we call the Butu Sabola, you know? Wodum feneti meya lonko na ado to badin Jola lunibe ninjanjulu kalaila adabengulu idalta fem façon le dulna kaya Jola kaw men fote ka kumandi nyami interpret dem Jola barin le wolti ha ba yo Jola ba safo Jola kay ba fa la kuke anin ko len na badin Jola good. So and they say it was a young looking person, and at that time all that description fits somebody. And it happens to be Colonel Council Kamara, ex-Colonel Council Kamara at the time, Bombardé. We decided in that meeting, and we were told, Gambian soldiers don't dress like that. And that does not exist. It is non-existential. We have to deny that. Who told you that? All those of us who were in the meeting. In that meeting, we had two superior officers. That's the DG, the IG. But again, every move of ours was being coordinated and reported to the minister. Let me ask you this. When you were being told that to say that Gambian soldiers don't dress like that, was it known to the officers that in fact that information that is now being challenged, in fact, reflects exactly what happened at the Marine unit, and that the information referred to Bombardé? That was in the affirmative. We all agree, we all knew that was it. So in fact, you're telling this commission that at that time all of you knew that the West African migrants were all added at the Marine unit at some point.
Well, that was not the issue. We were not aware of that. This question was directed to that individual as alleged by Martin Kerr.
Martin Council, but Mr. Witness, just a moment. But Martin Kerr's allegations should not be compartmentalized.
But Martin Kerr to me
the description of Bombardier should not be looked at in isolation from other facts.
Bombardier ya kalam fo nyama e paresifal benke o manyenna ka bondi iko ya fo nyame
Martin Kerr suggested that they were arrested in Bara and taken to the port where all of them were kept together and tied.
Martin Kerr men vole min de ko e muta Bara le nati banjul pobe badala je ye kafunyo kanje ye sitije.
And there you had Bombardier dressed in the regalia and carrying a machete.
Bombardier na raje ayo dum fensifal dum chaya anin don di ko me an ko safol babal anin fangola.
Wasn't that his allegation?
Fola man kala tumir kuma county.
That wasn't. If my memory serves me well, that there was this gentleman that met them. That's what the question. Whether we know of that gentleman. For the lot of the group.
Well, Mr. Witness, Gambia government's position was that these West Africans did not set foot in Gambia.
That is what the Gambia government said, true.
But the Gambia government knew that, well, these people were received, were arrested in Bara and taken to the Marine unit, and there was Bombardier on that day dressed in this funny way that this Ghanaian described.
Munta Gambia masakunda membenu nyambari yalo na kwa sene atema ko nyimulu ye muta barala ye so ye natinang ye banjul badala mafam badala andu nyindu to jeto Bombardier na raje an ko ya fo nyame anyu dum fensifal memdu ayo dis fensifal lelu.
Isn't that the truth?
Fo wala ma to nyati.
Council, just answer that question.
Council, I don't want to speak for the Gambia government.
Well, you have no choice.
I will speak for the task force.
No, you have no choice in this matter. Because the government had spoken and you knew what the government said. So you could tell us what the government said. I have the report here.
I think if my memory serves me well, I think the government was blatantly denying that 51 national or more than that had stepped foot in the Gambia. That was government's position. Which you and I and everybody knew that was what the Gambia government was holding on. And
related to that point, that there were 50-something who were arrested in Bara and taken to the Marine unit, is the fact that Bombardier, this person dressed in this funny manner, was at the Marine unit and started brutalizing the detained migrants while they were there. So that is why the government is denying the existence of this person who was dressed in
very correct, sir. Atu yenyine foko yenyimolu mutano mbarale ye natin na bako no sojaro la kordato bandul jang kafudami Marine unit adu muje nyimario men ikaye nyin kurtibalu nyin safe don dikolu dum ya mario ye tarajele aya damuta kanyimolu tajireya kabriwo dinkirato je man sakunda be balandi no jebela.
So the reason the government was denying this incident with Bombardier is simply because they did not want to confirm the story that 50 plus were taken to the Marine unit.
dalilo me asa masakunda me bilunya be balankan mu ko la ka foko bombardi la ko lanya ya fo nyame.
Council, I solely agree with you, but if I let me explain something to you.
Council ni sante ma bari mbal nga fen foye.
Sincerely, yes, proceed. Sincerely between me and God, I would not have believed that 51 people would have killed if Oya and others did not come here and make those revelations. This is unspeakable. You just cannot imagine. These were facts that were hidden from us as a task force.
Ning ayatara ko oya aning ayu adonyo kutelu manna min jang katonya yandi ntela la nu but wo kuleti kamem mabon tele task force molu manu.
I would agree that all the details may have been hidden from members of the task force.
But it
was obvious that the members of the task force knew that the government was lying about what has happened.
I will not call it as new. I will say there was the suspicion.
Let me learn,
Council. A matter that has not been authenticated. You just cannot imagine that 51 plus people arrested with no arms, no ammunition, and brutally murdered, killed like that.
Ite ni mutala ko mutalu nin kilimensi siyawotu yolu mutale joran tebulu ime mutadalile koy kan kawlu mutake fa la wonya.
No investigation done.
Kisi man kela kuwa.
No court, nobody taken to court.
Moma imamo samba kitola.
So what was the yardstick that was used to kill those people? Frankly, between me and Allah, there was suspicion. Well, that he will arrive to that. Well, then was just like he told me.
Maybe there was more than suspicion. Let's say there was constructive knowledge that these people were killed. Remember, disappearance equaled killed.
He said, if I am to be frank with you, at that material point in time, my suspicion was on the 8 Ghanaians killed. Haven't received information in the manner in which they were found. For the other remaining one,
witness, okay. You will recall that the NIA in fact participated in the operation.
Not to my knowledge. Why I said during their presence or their emergence into this country, if I suppose that was in 2005. I was not in town. I was conducting training somewhere else.
I don't dispute that. I have no reason to. I am telling you that these people were received by the NIA.
That's correct.
And brought to Banjul.
I learned about this, frankly, between me and God, during the testimony of Usman Jallo, and also that of Jibril Ngor Seka.
At this time, 2007, where was Jibril Ngor Seka?
2007, I think Jibril, I don't want to guess, but he was embroiled into some problems here and there.
Yes. But where was Usman Jallo?
Was at the NIA at the time.
In which unit?
Bunda Jumato NIA.
I think the investigation unit. Investigations, wasn't it, under operations at that time? Very well indeed. So in fact, the repository of the information worked under you. During my tenure, there was nothing of a Ghanaian issue raised at the investigation part. This was sometime in 2005. Then I was in Director of Internal Security and Operations. My point is, go ahead, sir, that the person who actually received the Ghanaians, see, worked under you. At that time, you were a member of the task force. And let me tell you something else. The NIA maintained a big file on this particular issue. Every government correspondence on this issue was kept at the NIA. And I have this report here, and let me read out something from it. Mr. Chair, I'm referring to Exhibit 206A. This is the investigation report of 2005. And the task force said this. Page 17, paragraph 15. Lera tani worowla sapatani. He says that. No, let me start from paragraph 14. Investigations revealed serious inconsistency as the number of people alleged to have been part of the group. This is manifested in the statements of both Martin Kerr and persons detained at police stations. Kabon kanto bundala mulu anim Martin Kerr fo fanana kumakangulu ay menu fo wali ay tandile ko fatam fanso be kumakangulu miltone. And they went on to say in paragraph 14, the critical analysis of the statement of Martin Kerr revealed serious inconsistency, as in the statement where he claimed the number was 56. Andu fatam fanso findita kumakangulu tole men fota karafulo bela anim Martin Kerr fo la kumakangulu dame yalon ko wala nyintiko mo tallulu anim woro ila foro to koyol lemuta. Paragraph 15. The investigations consider Mr. Kerr's claim, particularly in his reference to the military man dressed in bizarre manner and wearing a traditional cap, as an imaginary thought or illusion. Every sane or objective person would see as fabrication. Itella kumakao katamenti wole nyinti Martin Kerr kumakao memfo men sujita mola kuola meyo daba kurti badunga niyo safe dondiko itella mutala ko mukule timeya lonko afangola miraro le moti wala ala sondo mo kono ayate fangola kumofo afaye umukule timeya lonko iko itella karole ko manke kusoto muti Martin Kerr la kumakao fatam fansi doleti. It is prudent to note that the Gambian government managed a well-disciplined security force where improper dress is not tolerated. Alunin fanamu kulori neko Gambia la kanto nintankada service do kulalu. Hani la uniform ila parenya aya abe atembeta la aya sabu hani momondi parenya ke menni sartolu manta because of wotala. To say that a military man was wearing a traditional cap with cow horns on them is unfounded. Kafoko so karoso dondale meye dondi kodum safe olube membala umukuleti meya lonko umukusu tubalonti na foroto. Paragraph 16. Although the discovery of the 8 African bodies at Burfoot was almost the same period with the arrival of group of people who anchored with a canoe in Banjul, there is no evidence that the bodies discovered were part of the said group.
adun yin tembo yo fure sawol menu tombo mbulfut ateo tembe da kilwa ni kulu manjam fanyola wato men kulu mo sotonta memmu barati me yalon ko anata fo bara ay molu jindi je an abena take wati kilimoleti manjam fanyola wona take daliloti me yalon ko ay kolu katandi nyola bakela kata tembo men.
Paragraph 17.
Sapatani woro wulanjam.
The panel considers Martin Kerry's claim in that people were taken to Coloban's police was unfounded. Coloban did not exist in the Gambia. However, the panel is aware of a certain Coloban, which is an area in Dakar, Senegal.
Aduna tavnyum fanam fuko ko Martin Kerry la kumo ko nyum fuko ye molu melu mutawonya ye samba dinkirato e kafudami ye Coloban e bari wona tan lo nyim ko Gambia dinkirati jang e kafudami ye Coloban ite lamira ro nyim to wolem dinkirati Coloban be damen to be Dakar Senegal be.
Obviously this is very misleading. The person was referring to Kairaba station and just simply mispronounced it, and they wrote it as Coloban and want to link it to Coloban in Senegal. This is deliberate obfuscation.
Nyimu filindir kuma baleti meya safeo kwenye aya tilindi Kairaba police station olela yo bari mtella safero to ngalom filole ketaje man Kairaba safe itata Coloban safeji wala na wolfnali ya mutawonya.
Paragraph 18.
The
panel, upon critical scrutiny of Martin Kerry's statement, doubt as to whether he could walk from Banjul to Bunkiling in the Casamas. He never said he walked from Banjul to Bunkiling. He said he walked from the forest where they were being killed to Bunkiling. Another deliberate obfuscation of the facts.
Anim Martin Kerry la kumoko kafako atamata simun la kata hanfo kabo Gambia jamfo Bunkiling wo fo fanana take kuti telie meso kote kenola adum Martin mo fa ko don moto yetil samba fo no kono dami lefte fala dami atakana ta woldo bitunga law kano kono le matata finti Bunkiling e itella foro na tawle soso kafako mukuleti mem fanante kenola.
You see, from 2005, the government was on a deliberate path to lie to the international community about what has happened through this report.
Kabo 2005, na mansa kunda be sino le kanu me ya lonko ya wuli nyene kama ka filindiroke ka fania bafu mem mansoto ko me ya lonko le be dendi nyi molla kola ko nyin kibaru li ya findindi nyame ngabe nyin kayto bala nyame.
You agree?
Isonda.
Council. This report was put in 2005, from what you are reading.
Nyin kibaru buntu 2005 ikamen karanteng.
I have never set eyes on this report.
Like
I told you earlier on, 2005, when this incident happened, I was in the round.
So let me learn, but that is not the point. The point I'm trying to make here is...
Yes, sir.
In 2007, when you were told that you should say that that person who was dressed in bizarre manner, Gambian officers don't dress in that particular way, you all knew that that information referred to Bombardier.
Was it 2007 or 2008?
2007.
2007,
yes.
We all lied there.
We all lied.
Yes, we all lied.
Ye kibaro memfindi ndi me alon ko wole denta womo la meyo daba kurtibani sa fe dundi ko dum atel men be panel task force ko na lialo ko bombarder la kolon bari akona atake kumati men soso bari kan sedo fana nyim foko ha mbe fana yala fojebe.
But the thing is, that lie did not just come up that day. That lie started in 2005. You may not have known, but that lie started in 2005, November 2005, this report shows. That lie was still being made in 2005. So in 2007, your task force was set up to continue that same lie.
But in Fania, among 2007, 2005, le Madame Mutata, Amunta Cabria to la Cafoni Lumemal tax force, I'll tental don't go Ninka tentendi.
I am not disputing that.
No, so.
Precisely. I'm happy with that answer. All right? And when you gave that answer, you all knew that Bombardier was dressed in this particular manner, wielding a machete at the Marine Unit headquarters, correct? Council, just answer that point directly.
That was our suspicion. That was the entire suspicion of the entire panel.
No, that was not a suspicion. That was knowledge. You cannot all immediately suspect Bombardier.
Remember, there was a person among us whose name is there in the first panel, named to the panel, also in our panel, two of them. You have Malamin Sise, you have Falin Jabang, who were all in the panel, previous panel. And then when they resulted calling those names, that was Jabba who said, I think they are talking about Bombardier. We all knew he was fond of that during national celebrations. He will always join my uncle's group. They are doing this butusabo. How do we call it? When they are, trying to stab themselves with knives, cutlasses here and there. But there was no mistake in those things. But that information did not exist in a vacuum. It existed in a particular context. It existed in a particular set of facts, particular circumstances. Agreed. Let's proceed. Okay. And those circumstances were that these people were arrested and brought to the Marine unit, and there came Bombardier wielding a machete and started brutalizing these people there. From there, they were taken to be killed, according to the story of Martin King. I want you to believe in one thing. Taking cognizance of the fact that that fact finding was centered with the 8 cups found around Brufut, Ghana town. Ebrima Drammeh at that particular point in time, I have not received any information, nor was I aware there are 51 people or more gathered at that base. I disagree with you partly, Mr. Witness. The Gambia government wanted to make the investigations only about 8 dead bodies. And would fight of anything that would suggest that it's more than 8. That's what you guys were tasked to do. Whereas the international community were interested in about 56 people. Let me comment there. That fact finding mention was not about 50-something. It was centered towards the 8 cups that we have found, which were later ascertained that they were found here in the Gambia, buried here in the Gambia, and later on exhumed. But Mr. Witness, I think that you're probably missing something. Soon after the event, the current president of Ghana, then Foreign Affairs Minister, made a statement that
some over 50 West African migrants, including about 44 Ghanaians, came to Gambia, and 8 dead bodies have been found. I had that exactly. So the issue was not about just 8 dead bodies. The issue was about 56 West Africans. Your task force was to help limit the investigations to just that 8. Isn't that the case?
That was the case, and that is where all the questions posed were being asked.
The point I'm trying to make is that your task force was made to lie about other things so that the focus would be limited to just that 8.
At that time, I will not call it we are made to lie. Why? There was no cohesive information that was made available to us. About 51 or more people being killed in this country. And I will suggest
that is not the case, Mr. Witness. We had Lamin Sise. He testified here. And he said this report is false.
I'm not disputing that.
Exactly.
Taking cognizance of the outcomes of the revelations. You see, council, there's one tenet I work on most of the time. One of the principles is, first of all, is the last to know. Secrecy breeds suspicion, which breeds more secrecy. I want to make it, excuse me, sir, I want you to believe one thing. There was not any one point in time that we were made to understand. We are told that 51 people were killed in this country. For me personally, and I want to beg you to believe that. Most of this information came to light during the revelation of the TRRC. Though there were suspicions.
Mr. Witness, the issue here it's not about how many people were killed and whether you knew that that number of people were killed. The issue is that the government lied in a report and your task force was created to maintain that lie and to misdirect the investigations by the international community.
So I think I have answered that long time.
What is your position?
The way the event unfolds, it is as white as a white sheet of paper. That's the truth. I beg you to labor on that.
No, and the other point that I am going to make is that members of the task force knew that their existence was to not help the investigations, but rather to mislead the investigations by helping cement the government cover-up.
At that point in time, I will say no. we were made to focus and believe about the 8 corpses found in Bufu. All the rest we are all.
But Mr. Witness, that cannot be the case. Because you have this report, which predates your task force, which is all a lie. But let's confront things head on. Your task force was told in no uncertain terms that they had to be careful, correct?
Repeat that again, sir.
You were told in no uncertain terms by the minister that you had to be careful.
Because we were all cautioned. We were all cautioned.
You were asked to be careful not to provide any information that would not be helpful to the government.
There were no such directives, but you can read in between the line that that was the notion. Could you
put it in your own words? I wasn't there.
You have to be careful all that you say. That you are not sure of. That will implicate the government tomorrow.
Were you at liberty to say something that you were sure of, but which would also implicate the government?
Council, between me and Allah, I said it earlier on, and I'm going to repeat it again. I have never been afraid in my entire life to conduct any operations, any security operations this time around. If I had it my own way, I would have pulled out. Let me come, sir. Let me learn, sir.
All right.
One of the reasons that why I said so, I was not very frequent in our meetings.
But before the meeting, tell us why you were really afraid for the first time. You have participated in very interesting operations in this country, and so why were you so afraid this time around?
Having knowledge about the rumors that were circulating and taking cognizance of the position of government, any slight mistake from that panel, and if we had done otherwise, well, I'm very much confident I would not have been here to testify before you today.
Well, let's interrogate this issue, this statement. You said quite interesting things, 3 important things. With your knowledge of the rumors and taking into account government position at the time, you are certain that if you had made mistakes, you wouldn't be here to testify. These are 3 important issues you said. And let's dissect them. What were the rumors?
First rumor, 8 Ghanaians were killed, the suspected foul play by government. Second rumor, that 8 corps, government denied them, or government has denied having any knowledge about.
Yes.
Number 2, Martin Kerr has spoken. Martin Kerr diamuta.
And he said they were 56.
50 something, yes.
And I focus on more telling.
And then the newspaper and other media out there were saying a lot about the disappearances of those people. You just cannot refute all those informations.
So you suspected, therefore, that the government disappeared these
that government knew
48 people.
Government knew about the remaining people.
And
if you were in my position, I'm now answering your third question. Were you going to tell that fact-finding mission, no, Gambia government is complacent in this, they did this, they know this?
And if
you had done that,
Just a moment. We've talked about the rumors. Two significant ones.
Rumors and information from various media outlets.
Yes. Yes, and just to set the record straight about this, this is the statement by the Foreign Minister of Ghana, made on the 16th August 2005, barely 3 weeks after this incident. And he said that from these meetings and visits, the delegation was able to determine about 56 West Africans comprising about 42 Ghanaians, 10 Nigerians, 2 Senegalese, and a half-Ghanaian Ivorian woman and a Togolese had been made to believe that their ship was in the high seas off the Gambian coast to transport them to Europe. So they began their journey in Bur and they were brought to Gambia. So the allegation by Ghana was 56 people came here.
And I think he did not only stop at that, I think he even paid a visit to the Gambia.
Yes, but this statement...
I do not want to dispute this statement. I want to take cognizance of other information received from various other outlets.
And that is precisely the point. It was not only rumors, these were official accusations by the sister Republic of Ghana that at least 56 West Africans came into the hands of the Gambia government and 8 dead bodies were found. And Gambia government was disputing. So when you sat there at that meeting, you knew full well that the government was in a cover-up operation. True or false?
If the minister and the ministry responsible of internal security of this country,
minister, Minister Bunga, Banko kan kunya la tankola.
Refuting on behalf of the Gambia government.
Kumala Gambia Mansakunda.
And today we have arrived at this conclusion.
We
will accept that this was a gross manipulation and a serious deception of facts. And I to counsel.
But
the other point I am making is that the task force was set up principally to serve as an obstacle and not as a bona fide facilitator of investigation.
Unwittingly, no, that is the truth.
I would not say unwittingly, I would say deliberately.
For whatever reason, we just cannot be against that. You are very correct, sir.
Council in Karo Commander, Atella task force. Ya tell you the probably Kabantam Biloti, who Molunyatili Lamuna in Carola Jang. Sedo Koha, or Mukule to Mulam, Kusos and Mulam. Yo, wala na famuna talo ako nyinkuom kuleti me yalonko. Ateso solo la barutumo feeling digole keta ko nyinkono.
And when your task force repeated this crazy story that Gambian officers don't dress in bizarre manner, knowing fully well that that accusations referred to Bombardier, this was a deliberate lie by the task force, repeated to reinforce or cement the government deception towards the Ghanaians.
Council, agreed.
Good.
You see, but Council, just one moment. I want to ask you a question.
Well,
sorry, you are not supposed to be asked. I am suggesting. If you were in that panel, and at that material point in time, having knowledge and suspicion that I am talking about, bombardelem.
The thing is, fortunately, we have seen the example of Justice Hawa Ba.
I'll get to that. Hawa Ba pulled out not on her will. Deliberately, we were not calling her whenever we had meetings.
And why was that? Why was that?
You know,
why was that?
We saw her as a civilian.
No,
That's how we saw her.
You knew that she would not play party.
That was one thing to play. I agree with you. I was coming to that as well.
Exactly. So they kept only those people who they knew would toe the government line. They knew these people would play ball. They knew these people would cooperate. Isn't that the case?
Agreed.
And those...
Council, I want us not to labor more on this.
Let me just finish. They knew that the Director General of NIA would play ball. He would cooperate. They knew that Ebrima Drammeh would cooperate. They knew that Malamin Cisse, he wrote the first false report, would cooperate. And they conveniently put out our Ba because they knew she is principled, she would not cooperate.
Agreed. Council, let me put a point across to you. See, I want to be very sincere in whatever I do. Trying to look into because this occurred at the time when he was, I think, the Inspector General of Police. I was made to understand he was acting like a prophet. And wanting to do the right thing. Wanting to go to the fact as it occurred or happened.
And then what happened?
But I think that was short-lived.
Or he was short-lived.
That effort was short-lived. I do not want to say but that effort was short-lived. I do not want to
What happened to Benedict in that job?
No, I think the investigation sort of ceased for some time.
And then?
Sometime later, I know Benedict was redeployed to the Ministry of Justice. Nearly either a month or so or less. I cannot know the exact time. He was made Director General NIA. Director General NIA. There also,
within a very short span, either between 3 to 6 months, something like that. His service was either dismissed or terminated. But I know one important thing. A gentleman is a very principled person. And a straightforward guy. I have no comment on that. May his soul rest in peace. But the fact of the matter is that group was a group that the government knew would play ball. I beg to reject that, sir. They did not know. We were made to play the game they wanted to. But you see, that is neither here nor there. Government ensured that those who were there, they played ball. In fact, Mr. Witness, isn't it the case? What was your rank? You were essentially de facto number 3 at the NIA. Director Internal Security and Operations, correct?
Director Internal Security and Operations. What
was the rank of Fali Jaban? Lieutenant, I think. Clearly, he had more say in that task force than any of you guys. I will say yes. Due to the fact that, I'll give you reasons. Finish. Let me finish, Mr. Witt. But I want to help you. I know. I decide the way I think you can help me. Thank you, sir. I just want to get to the facts. All right? Why on earth would a lieutenant have more say in a task force than the CMC, Crime Management Coordinator of the country, than the Director of Internal Security and Operations of the National Intelligence Agency? Why? I don't want to give you any hypothetical theory. Just tell me the truth. Taking cognizance that Fali Jaban was from the State Guard, he will not report to the Chief of Defense Staff at the time. To who would he report? I am sure his reports will go to the commanding officer of the State Guard Battalion, the State Guard, and then possibly the President. I am sure he used the eyes and ears there for the President. But I want to make a point. But isn't that the reason why all of you would defer to him? Of course, there was a serious phobia. So in fact, sitting there, all of you realized that State House was present in every meeting. Very correct. And State House was deciding what was going on. The task force, correct? I will not say that because there was not any one point in time that he said, "Iko alinga keteng." There again, it's like we always respect his views. See, I have your statement here. I have your statement here. And you have pretty much put everything on Fali Jaban. As the person who was directing the show. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. He was not directing the show, sir.
Well, this is what you said in the statement. There were not any specific or individual roles assigned. Notwithstanding, we were told by the then Minister of Interior, Usman Sonko, that, you know, okay. Our main roles was to coordinate, facilitate movements, etc. Furthermore, Fali Jabang was acquainted with the matter and that he would provide answers when necessary.
Why? He was in the previous task force. That was one advantage too. But number two was the one we discussed earlier on.
Okay, on that particular point, Malamin Sise, he was the head of the investigation panel, to which Fali Jabang was a member. In fact, Fali Jabang was not a member. But Malamin Sise was also a member of this task force. But clearly he did not have as much authority as Fali Jabang. What's the difference?
Well, I would say they all do not have that authority.
What was the difference? What made Fali Jabang to have more authority than Malami?
Counsel, you see Jabang is a very steady officer.
Just answer the question. Why did he have more authority? Isn't it because he came from State House and represented State House?
Probably he had other proud knowledge than any of us there. Because the accusations were not centered that the police officer did that or the NI officer did that. They were saying the soldiers did that. So he came from that discipline.
No, the amendment in Mafulun NIA nyinki wala police ni nyinki.
And above all the State House.
NIA and that about NIA and work back State House for kafo.
So it was obvious to you at the time, therefore, that the soldiers were accused of having carried out these killings.
That were the allegations.
And of course, the commander-in-chief of the soldiers was the president.
That's correct.
And of course, if the president is not encouraging an investigations of crimes committed by the soldiers, he must have had an interest in covering that up.
I am not trying to back the president. I don't want to speak for him as well.
Mr. Witness, just answer the question. Don't hide behind, I don't want to speak for the president. This is just an obvious fact.
The truth of the issue is
you were told not to investigate.
We were not, no, that's what the instructions were, not to investigate.
Exactly.
We were not investigating.
So if the president's, if a group whose ultimate commander was the president, was being accused of having committed a crime, and the president does not want an investigations to be carried out, wouldn't it evoke suspicions in your mind?
I will. Of course I will.
And wasn't the presence of a member of the state guard?
That was a ringing bell.
Those were your words, and what tune were they ringing?
Why should I say otherwise?
Wasn't it suggesting to you that toe the line or dead you would be?
Well, I would accept what you say. Trust me within me, even if you had closed me into a barrel. I would not say otherwise. No.
So all of you knew that you had to help do the cover-up as you were being asked directly or indirectly to do.
We were never told that they were complicit in it. They said, those facts presented is what we go by.
But
directly or not only did the task force provide false answers, it also organized the doctoring of diaries to be falsely presented to the investigator.
I know one thing. The diary was presented to the task force. The diary was brought in by two people. I remember that was a weekend. That weekend it was brought in by Java and Numo, which was given to the task force. And that was the diary that was given to the fact-finding mission. Personally, I did not bother to look into the diary.
Were you helping the investigations, or was that part of the deliberate effort to mislead?
On
the side of the Gambia government, we were helping those fact-finding people whatever they need. Knowing obviously that, having got knowledge of all that was circulating around, we stick to what we were asked to do.
Which was to reinforce the lie that was already provided.
Directly or indirectly.
Could you answer now?
We will only.
Could you answer the question now?
As things has just revealed, we were just lying. Yes, all that was being said at the time was as what has been revealed today at this commission. You see, all that
is the problem that I have. The issue is that in hindsight you were lying. That's not the issue. The issue is we knew. All of you knew that you were wallowing in deliberate falsehood.
So I agree with you, but at that time, are we just going to tell these people that no, Gambia government is lying, they killed? When there was no investigation authenticating that people have been killed. No document available, witnesses available to us that people have been killed.
I am sure that Gambia government did not need to do that. Gambia government had Bombardier. dancing around in State House, exuding a lot of bravado, knowing fully well that he and others carried out the execution. The government did not need to do that. Okay? But the point I am making is, the task force was created and tasked to deliberately mislead. They may have taken a facilitation posture, but their ultimate objective was to cover up and lie. Is that true?
I will not accept that. Say why?
Perhaps maybe we would take the break now, and then we will come back.
Can I just land on this one?
No, think about your answer.
No problem, sir.
Thank you very much.
It may be also that at the beginning, the task force was probably not aware of, or fully aware of, the objective of the job that they were given to undertake. But eventually, they all became willing tools of a massive cover-up scheme. When we come back, if you can address that, that would be very helpful indeed. It's a follow-up to what Council had just said.
Thank you, sir.
We will come back at 12:45. Meeting's adjourned.
When we touch down, bed I broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine and see the
For all your pastry, bakery, and quality food, CK Restaurant is the only place to be. We do catering for birthdays, weddings, and all related services. We have all kinds of local foods, American, European, and even beyond. Come and have a taste of our local juice, ebe, and other services. At CK Restaurant, customer satisfaction is our priority.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu dee am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba laka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw skin care plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indi les products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skin care products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skin care products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentey tamit si ay dàlla man waaye man nag skin care mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox skin care plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu ngi United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero task fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème picture boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii